Hello, my name is David, also or better known as Raccoon in a Hat. I'm a comic book artist and illustrator, and in today's video, I would want. Okay, again. Hello, my name is David, better known as Raccoon in a Hat. I'm a comic book artist and illustrator. In today's video, I would want to talk about the video game Stray and show you the process of me making an illustration that I made for this video. Hope you enjoy. This video won't contain any spoilers to the Stray story, although we're gonna talk about the story and I'm gonna briefly, vaguely mention it here and there, but, there's gonna be no substantial spoilers or anything, so you're safe to go. So, Stray is an indie adventure video game developed by Blue 12 Studios. My first reaction when I saw the game trailer was, damn, it looks kind of cute. I want to buy it. So that was exactly what I did. This video will be split into 3 sections, mainly gameplay, visuals, and the story. And because we're gamers here, let's talk about gameplay real quick before moving on to other 2 topics. The gameplay mainly is divided into 2 sections. The first one is linear corridors where you just follow the story, usually packed with action beats. They're like chase scenes, enemy combat, and things like that. And semi-open world locations where you're free to explore the map, talk to NPCs, and solve quests to progress in the story with no time limit or pressure on the story. You can speedrun the location or you can take a 10-hour nap. It's completely up to you. In terms of movement, because you're playing as a cat, you can jump, but only where developers are allowing you to. You can run around, knock things out of place, scratch doors, carpets, couches sometimes, drink water out of the puddles. And there's a separate mouse for meow button. And generally speaking, gameplay is quite unique, but very simple. Like, the opposite of Dark Souls. Easy. The game has a lot of puzzles, but they're mostly quick, and despite that most of the game consists of, puzzle solving, it has a good variety of them that doesn't really get boring or repetitive. They're very well integrated into the game design and the feeling of being a cat. Other than that, not much to say about gameplay. So this binary code was in one of the dead ends that I found myself in. I think it might be somewhere near. And I played music. Oh, also, this is a funny thing. If you get a bag on your head, the controls are inversed. So that's pretty fun. How do I get it off? Okay, cool. Oh my god, the visuals in this game are gorgeous. They're insanely good. I can talk hours and hours about visuals. This is how Cyberpunk was supposed to look like, and I'm not even joking. A bunch of neon signs everywhere lighting up the narrow streets of Underground City, mixed with graffiti, plans growing out of place that give you the sense that this place has been here for a while and no one is really taking a proper care of it. As a lot of diverse indoor environments with very well-made character design with NPCs that you will meet throughout the game. Set design is brilliant, and you can tell that they've put a lot of time and effort in every single corner of the game, especially those semi-open locations. Environment design gives so much character to the game and allows you to connect with the story more. It helps immerse you into the city and help you understand it a little bit more. Just bravo to Blue 12 for this. What else can I say? Cat looks and acts like a regular cat, and that is a compliment. What else would you want? They are adorable, they're cute, they're nice, obnoxious at times. Animations are very smooth and very well made. I mean, there wasn't a moment in the game where something felt wrong or out of place. I'll give them that. I just love games that have a very distinctive and consistent visual style, and Stray is definitely one of them. So for me, that was one of the biggest selling points of the game. So let's move on to the most important thing here, probably, which is the story. And ironically enough, the game with the cat as its protagonist is very much all about humanity and memory, and especially the value of memory. You, a cat on accident, is falling into kind of sewer and has found itself in a junkyard looking place that is seemingly completely abandoned. No humans or other animals in sight, no Ninja Turtles too, sadly. Then after trying to find a way out, you will find yourself in what looks like this abandoned cyberpunk underground city. And after you parkour around those beautifully crafted locations, you finally get to meet your companion, a small robot called B12 that promises that he will help you to find a way up to the surface. A robot will help you with talking to other NPCs, translate signs, and generally help you progress into the story, revealing more information about the world that you find yourself in the process. Shortly after meeting B12, you'll find locals that inhabit the place. Robots, not humans. Robots that apparently developed some form of sentience in one way or another. Robots that oddly behave a lot like humans. And the secret of robots gaining human traits and generally developing an ability to have emotions and other things common to humans will slowly unveil itself throughout your progression into the story and your exploration. Keep that in mind, that will be important later. And one thing that I have to mention is that despite that in the game, there is no humans at all, where you play as a literal cat, and the only characters that you will encounter are robots, machines, toasters, microwaves, call them whatever you want. The story feels so grounded and human, like alive in its core. All of the interactions you'll have, both with your companion B12 and other robots living in this underground city, truly feels like they are in fact alive. And part of experience of being alive is having friends, which B12 and you will slowly form a bond together over course of a game. That, kind of connection. But B12 isn't the only interesting robot in the game. All of the NPCs have a very strong personality that is displayed in their surroundings, in things that they do, in things that they say, or how they say it. But no one doesn't seem to remember what happened here, like how this place was built, or why this place was built. Why is it sealed and is located underground? So remembering why and how this underground city came to be is one of the main quests that you'll go through in the game, besides trying to get back up to the surface. Stray puts a lot of emphasis on value of remembering and how important it is to remember, no matter what it is, sad moments, happy ones, or what do you need to buy in a grocery store? Because as soon as I walk into it, my brain completely shuts down and I don't even remember why I even came to that place, Anyway, because B12 can remember anything and you slowly recovering his memory, the game puts focus on collecting memories, and there are two types of memories. The yellow ones and blue ones. Yellow ones are story important that will reveal themselves automatically with you progressing through the story and reaching certain checkpoints. And the blue ones, they are completely optional. So you can only find them throughout exploring the city. Mostly those semi-open world locations, and they give you so much more context and world building, understanding of the world, how this place came to be, why there are robots, why are there no humans, and stuff like that. So definitely keep an eye out for that. That is very important. That really does help you to immerse into the gameplay and to the story more. Overall, story of Stray is very compelling metaphor on humanity as a whole, a story about value of remembering and emotions that those memories might bring with them, lessons that you may learn that you will pass into your life, because without it, history have a very nasty habit of repeating itself, which Stray definitely points at, and that is partially reflected in robots that seemingly developed some human traits. And those human traits can be either good or bad. And as we all know, humans are also can range from good to French people. So, I really enjoyed the game. I think this game has a very interesting concept where you play as a cat on its own, and is greatly combined with the compelling and interesting story. And although the game took me around 6 to 7 hours to fully beat it, I will definitely remember this game as one of the biggest highlights of this year, and perhaps even my gamer journey as a whole, Bucket. And to wrap this review, I wanted to add some personal thoughts and talk about some personal experiences with this game. So I had a cat named Salem. I'll put some pictures of Salem on the screen right now. Salem was very dear to me. He was my best friend that lived, ate, slept, and pretty much did everything with me. Unfortunately, Salem got lost in July 2021, and I never saw him since. And while I was playing Stray, the game reminded me of those small things about Salem and experiences I had with him that I seemingly forgotten, and emotions that I had, most importantly. Those little moments that you probably can brush off as, just being insignificant, that I never put much value in some routine and basic stuff like, having him on my lap while I'm working, or him laying up on my chest in the morning, or, him purring when I'm petted him, or how he would respond whenever I would, talk to him. He loved to do that. Just things that cats do that you can think of them as something not worthy of remembering all of the time. And human memory has this trait, of kind of degrading slowly over time. You seem to forget things. And while playing Stray, I remembered a lot of those moments. I understood how much value those things have and how big of an impact it had on me. How much I actually miss Salem still by this day. The friendship that we had and the love that I gave for him and the amount of love that I received back from him, despite not that big of a time that we had together. Those things, no matter how small or short they were, they matter, and I want to remember them. I want to remember the emotions that I've had, despite that it can, make me happy or sad. That is what makes me feel something. That is what makes me human and ultimately makes me alive. And to end this video, I just wanted to say something that I probably never properly was able to say before. Salem, you still and you always will be the best friend that I could ever wish for. I still miss you, and I'm sure as hell still love you. Thank you for watching.